Taser International revealed that not only will it change its name and ticker, but that it's launching a program to equip every U.S. police officer with a body camera free of charge. What is this story about? Law enforcement specialist, crime prevention analyst. He's at Tarleton State University in Fort Worth. Dr. Alex Del Carmen. Is that where we are in life? Everybody needs a body camera?
That's where we are right now. Everybody needs a body cam, but at the same time, it's not an issue of whether we need it or not. It's what's going to happen once Taser expires their 1-year free service, and what are law enforcement agencies going to do beyond that point?
All right, Taser International is who?
Taser International has been around for a number of years, and they were the ones that led the United States in the production and dissemination of what we now call tasers, as well as body cameras.
Okay. And so they are what? Is Taser the one that wants to equip all the police officers with body cameras?
So Taser made an astonishing announcement last week, and they said not only are they going to change their name, but they're also going to give away body cameras to any law enforcement agency that wants them for up to 1 year.
Okay. That's a nice thing, isn't it?
It's a nice thing on the surface. The problem is what's going to happen beyond that year.
I see.
In other words, imagine yourself being a chief of police of a small agency. You can't afford to have them. You receive them free of charge, and then a year later, you either have to pay for the annual fee or you have to get rid of them.
I got you. How much do they cost per officer?
Thousands of dollars, and it depends on the volume of the agency. But don't think only about body cams. You also need the software. You need to be able to download the videos. And so you're paying for a lot of different things, not just the actual equipment.
Isn't that amazing, though, Alex, that we are in an age where we're not going to believe the police officer unless we see video?
Exactly. And at the end of the day, what's really great about these body cams, though, is that a lot of the complaints that are filed against police officers are false, and therefore these body cameras are able to tell the story that police officers will not be able to tell.
Well, and if you think about it, if you're walking around and you know it's on you, you're going to do everything by the book because you're being recorded.
You would be surprised. We have seen in the past, I've trained thousands of police officers for the past 20 years, and I hear that a lot, but when body cameras first come in, that does happen, that effect that you just outlined. But a year or two later, sometimes police officers forget they have them on.
Yeah, I bet that is true. You just get so used to it, and it's part of the deal, and you just and I think what people don't understand is the emotions and the adrenaline flow that goes into being an officer, because you have got to be careful every minute of your day.
That's exactly right. And at the end of the day, the body cams, even though they're a great idea, they never put the story in context. And what I mean by that is, we only watch a snippet of what actually happened, and we oftentimes, pass judgment one way or another on an incident, and we're able to not necessarily understand the context that officer faced when those body cameras were rolled.
You've trained thousands of police officers, correct?
Yes, sir.
The airport authority that was sent on that United Airlines flight to remove that passenger that did not want to leave, he did nothing criminally wrong. Should they have forced him off as an officer?
The way they did it, obviously, in my judgment, exceeded the use of force that is required for such instances. I'm not even going to get to the legality aspect of it, but at the end of the day, police officers are required to use common sense and are required to go back to what a quote-unquote police officer would do in normal circumstances. And in this particular case, what I saw on the video did not justify for them to do what they did.
I would blame United Airlines, frankly. That's where my blame is. These police officers were on there, and I know that they were supposed to remove a passengers, but they don't know necessarily the circumstances. Do they think that perhaps the guy, they said he was belligerent and all these other things, so in their mind, they're looking at somebody as a bad guy, get him off the plane, I think.
That's exactly right, and they're who knows what kind of information they're given.
Right.
Everyone is hypersensitive to terrorism. So the idea is they come in on board the airplane. This guy refuses to get off the plane. They have no idea whether this guy has public intoxication issues or whatnot.
Gotcha. Alex, pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Alex Del Carmen is his name, law enforcement specialist, crime prevention analyst. He's down at Tarleton State University. It's in Fort Worth.
Yeah, they talk about in a Google search about the reported taser weapons and the body cameras, $17 million in profits last year for Axon, who makes these.
Oh, wow.
So
Make that
it's
amount of
really
money.
spiked. It started in 2008. They really exceeded their profits last
I think
year.
every police officer probably at some point will have one of these, based on funding. You just have to have, enough money to buy them if you're a small department. And with the software and all the stuff, it's hard to believe with how these kinds of technology items have come down in price that it would cost thousands per.